The rain hammered against the window of my office, a steady rhythm against the cheap whiskey slushing in my glass. My ribs throbbed with a dull ache, a souvenir from my last encounter with Bruno. Lila Monroe's case had turned into a viper's nest, and I'm pretty sure a couple of vipers were coiled around my ankles. She's a puzzle, Leah. All brittle grief and shadowed eyes. Paid me a tidy sum to find her missing husband, Arthur, a seemingly respectable importer-exporter, now vanished without a trace. Said he's been unreachable for weeks. Said she's worried. Worried enough to pay a man like me. I'd found a few things. Arthur Monroe wasn't importing textiles and spices. He was moving something else. Something special. Ancient Egyptian statuettes, stolen from museums and tombs overseas. And he had a buyer, a collector, a shadowy figure who preferred to remain unseen. The collector, the docks with a key. That's where Arthur supposedly at his last meeting. A warehouse down by the piers, slick with rain and reeking of brine and desperation. Seldom Marco, the foreman, was less than helpful. Shifty eyes, sweating palms, and a vocabulary limited to I don't know and never saw nothing. A few well-placed threats loosened his tongue enough to confirm the meeting, but he clammed up tighter than a clam when I pressed him for details about the collector. Bruno, the collector's enforcer, made sure I didn't linger. A mountain of a man with a face like granite and hands like granite hammers. He's the reason my ribs felt like they were splintering. I stared at the photograph on my desk. Lila Monroe, smiling, elegant, a perfect hostess in a Crestwood drawing room, but there's a shadow in her eyes, a secret held back, and scrawled on the back in faded ink, not hers. Someone else involved. I visited Crestwood, the Monroe residence. All manicured lawns and forced cheerfulness. A stage set for a life that wasn't real. I needed to speak to Mrs. Evelyn Hawthorne, the housekeeper, a woman who's seen more than she lets on. Mrs. Hawthorne, I said, my voice low. Mr. Monroe was a man of business, wasn't he? She wrung her hands, her face a mask of practiced grief. Arthur was ambitious, always striving for more. Did he have any unusual clients? She hesitated, her eyes darting around the opulent living room. Arthur dealt with people from all over the world. I wouldn't know the specifics. I didn't believe her. Crestwood had a scent of secrets, the kind that clung to the air like expensive perfume. My investigation led me to the collector's warehouse, a fortress of gleaming steel and opulent display. It was a museum of ill-gotten gains, a testament to a man's insatiable greed. Security was tight, but I managed to slip inside, following a trail of faint footprints in the dust. The warehouse was a labyrinth of corridors and hidden chambers, each one filled with priceless artifacts. I found him in a back room, surrounded by Egyptian treasures. The collector. He was older than I'm expected, his face etched with the lines of 1,000 betrayals. Mr. Harding, he said, his voice a low rasp. I'm surprised to see you. Arthur Monroe was working for you, wasn't he? I said. He smiled, a slow, predatory smile. Arthur was a valuable asset, a man of vision. He's gone missing. A regrettable turn of events. Sometimes people make mistakes, and those mistakes have consequences. He chuckled. Do you threaten me, Mr. Harding? I'm just asking questions. Some questions are best left unasked. Suddenly Bruno emerged from the shadows, his face a granite mask. Time to go, Harding. The ensuing fight was brutal. I managed to dodge a few blows, but Bruno's strength was overwhelming. He landed a punch that sent me sprawling to the floor. I heard the collector's voice, cold and detached. See that he's taken care of. As Bruno loomed over me, I saw Lila Monroe standing in the doorway. Her face was unreadable, her eyes gleaming with an unsettling light. She raised her hand, and a single gunshot echoed through the warehouse. Bruno crumpled to the floor, a crimson stain spraying across his chest. Lila walked towards me, her movements fluid and graceful. You shouldn't have poked your nose into things that don't concern you, Mr. Harding. Who are you? I asked, struggling to sit up. She smiled, a flicker of something dangerous in her eyes. I'm Arthur's wife. You killed him? He was a fool, a sentimental fool. She paused, then added softly, he thought he could control me. And the statuettes? A distraction, a means to an end. She looked down at Bruno's body. He was getting careless. What's your end? Justice, Mr. Harding. A twisted kind of justice. She turned to leave. Consider this case closed. I watched her disappear into the shadows, the rain hammering against the warehouse roof. Justice. Something far more sinister. The photograph on my desk, the words not hers, echoed in my mind. I'm still missing a piece of the puzzle, and I have a feeling that Lila Monroe is holding all the cards.